Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Sonia from True Soul Intuition, and we're here to see what's going on with you energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, in life and in love, to bring forward some clear and honest messages from Spirit to hopefully move you out of any situations that you might find yourself stuck in or stuck on at this time. All the boundaries for my readings are in the description box below, but if you resonate with me as a reader, please like, share and subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you're returning, thank you for having patience. I appreciate that too. We're just going to get straight into it, Sagittarius. Let's do this. Let's see what's going on with you right now. I'm just going to get some cards from the Sacred Oracle, Rebel Oracle. The word wants to be written. I like the beginning of this. Free from judgment, free to love, and defend to the end the worthwhile. Okay. This is quite intense, actually. Yeah, the kind of message I'm getting through is pretty intense. Okay, we're just gonna dive deep into this, guys. We're just going to see how we go. So the word wants to be written. If you notice, and I'm just going to bring this forward now, both cards, the beginning and the end of this reading is emotions. Now, I know that I can guarantee you that this is a space that is really hard for you to get through at this time, but to remember that coming into your heart space, free from judgment, free to love, there's a lot of love available and support available for you when you need it. Okay, the Spirit never leaves you, not even once when you feel like you're in your deepest, darkest space. They will always come forward. And the thing is, I feel like what they're asking you to do is actually express it. What is going on? Because I feel like there's a good and bad side to you, and the real you is still kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, there can be, what can that say for me? This could be a lot of fragmentation within the personality, within your energy, within your heart space, within your mind space as well. So you may be going through a lot of deterioration of coping mechanisms, mindsets, or behavioral patterns that have held you back for a long time. But Spirit is actually really asking you, like, it's weird, like you may need to reach out to somebody. You may be trying to go through a process or a healing or transformation, and really need to reach out and talk and communicate to someone to get some guidance here, so that they can bring you back to center, to core, to your heart space. And I feel like that you're really trying hard to put on a brave face, but there's something, the underlying energy here is the defend to the end, the worthwhile. Some of you may have shadows that have gotten so good at controlling you that it's hard to remember where you begin and where you end, like the real you, the you that has, like, I feel for some of you, you may be going through a real strong space where your mindset is starting to change, and it's triggering a lot of your energy into, it's almost like it's playing up, like your energy is playing up. And I feel like a lot of this is also mentally, but you're trying hard to move out of the space. You're trying hard to work with the energy that you do have and focus on expressing that. That's one of the main energies I want to bring forward, is expressing how you feel about things, how you think about things, to sort of not diminish, but like to heal the shadow aspect of your personality. Because I feel like there's a reflection here, a mirror image that you're looking at, and it's actually you. So you're bringing all the pieces of you back together to hold, to center. So you may need really to think about grounding your energy, so getting out in nature a lot and really sitting down and focusing the breath, really focusing that breath and focusing into your heart space, because it's going to give you a lot more clarity and give you a lot more freedom to move around between what may be dual personalities at this time. And I'm not saying that you're crazy or anything like that, but you may just be feeling really torn inside. So the energy currently at this time, even though this is a timeless reading, I'm just going to say that in this reading your energy is in a square, and when it's in a square it kind of pulls. It pulls, towards two different corners or four different corners, however you want to understand that. And instead of the energy coming in and uplifting you, embracing you and supporting you, it's actually pulling you and tearing you in two. So you may have wanting to move forward to a space, but find yourself going back or reflecting back on the past and going back to an old mindset that doesn't serve you anymore. So it's sort of like an awakening of your third eye, but having like the transitional period into that space is tough, and that is usually how it goes, because when we are so used to a certain way of seeing things, when it comes to actually looking at the reality or looking at the truth of where we're going or changing out of that pattern of behavior, we struggle. And it's actually human. It's a human thing to do. So don't think about how much you may fail sometimes. Think about what you actually have achieved in trying to heal, because just the thought of wanting to heal is an achievement on its own, because some people, they really find it hard to move out of a space like this. But what Spirit is saying is just remember to come back to center, to your heart. What does your heart tell you to do? Because sometimes your mind lies to you. Sometimes it tells you the wrong things, especially if it's not in its rational space. But whatever it is causing a lot of emotional turmoil for you, Sagittarius. And it's just time to let it go. And the only way you can let it go is by loving it and healing it, and then letting it go from your physical body, from your personality, from your mind space, from your heart itself. And the heart can heal so much when it's given that space to do that. So just remember, it doesn't matter how hard things are looking, remember what you've achieved and not what you haven't achieved, and think about coming back to wholeness and finding yourself again there, because you may be doing a lot of inner child work as well, because this card always represents, for me, a lot of inner child work. But just know that Spirit has you, they support you, and they are trying to embrace you, but you may be resisting it a little bit, because there's a lot of conflict in your energy here with the defend to the end or worthwhile. So it's a little heavy, but I feel like there's so much more positive energy there when you actually physically see it, when you open up your eyes and look at your heart space and what you love and who you love, and remember what's real to you. You'll actually find that this part won't be so hard, and it's only defending, like it's sort of like a coping mechanism. So when we start to change, the part of us that always kept us safe will struggle with the change, and like I said, it's very human to feel this way. So just remember what you have achieved so far, and to express how you feel too. So maybe you need to reach out to that person that you want to communicate to and share how you feel with them, and get about getting some healing going on. So we're going to put out some spirit guides for you, Saggy. Spirit guides would like to come through for Sagittarius, please. Spirit guides would like to come through for Sagittarius. Spirit guides would like to come through for Sagittarius, please. Message would you like to give Sagittarius? Alright, guys. So you got Charity and Dracul. I'm gonna just say that. Dracul. And Charity's message is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. And Dracul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Exactly, that is exactly that. Remember about what you achieved and just keep moving. A lot of you have to really connect into, with Charity here, there's like a space there that really needs a lot of healing. So when she comes in, she's asking you to look up on the brighter side and to remember that love is a really strong energy that you can tap into and experience anytime that you choose to feel it. So it's like, stay high vibrational in your mind space and stay high vibrational in your heart space when things are getting tough, because I feel like you're coming to the end of a karmic cycle here, and when we go through that, we have to let go of the old things that no longer serve us, and sometimes that's really hard. But with the feminine and masculine stepping forward in your spirit guides, there's definitely a balance that wants to come in to allow you to be able to give and receive equally with heaven. So with a higher perspective, with a higher energy, with a higher consciousness. And here, know that you're on a path, and just remember that each step you take towards healing and learning to move out of this really tough energy, it's a step closer to actually finding fulfillment and happiness within who you are as a person. So it's quite positive aspects. Think about the positive aspects that are unfolding, and don't think about the negative things, so that you don't dwell there and stay there and then be pulled back into that mindset. remember that love is an energy that you can have and share within yourself and with the people that you care about in your life, and it's available to you at any time that you need it. Okay, so we're going to pull out some cards and see who's coming towards you in love. Sagittarius, please. Who's coming to us? Sagittarius in love. You got Beer, and they actually came forward with, ooh, okay. Let's see how you feel about this person coming towards you. How does Sagittarius feel about this person coming towards you? Yeah, okay. It explains a lot. And can I have the mutual connection, please? Oh, yeah, okay. Did I say third eye awakening? So the person that came forward for you is the Bear. So this is someone homely, earthly, a little bit slow moving, not the sharpest tool in the shed, I would say. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way. It just means like when it comes to what's happening with you, they didn't quite understand what was going on, but it's almost like they woke up and realized that, oh my God, they understand what's going on with you. It's an interesting energy because I feel like it's actually challenging you. Their energy's challenging you, but it's weird because it's sort of like the bear itself represents sort of just slowly waking up from slumber. So it may just be a characteristic that they have, that they're a little bit more slow moving, but they're very sharp in the way they perceive you. So I feel like they didn't notice. And then once they did, they've been intense towards you about it. So I feel like they realize now that you're actually going through a third eye awakening or suffering in the mind space, in the space where it's causing blockages. I can tell you that. And the thing is, I feel like their eyes are piercing you. So it's sort of like when you don't really appreciate them looking at you. You know what I mean? You don't really appreciate them the way they see you now, because they can see right through. You might be putting on a happy face, I'm transforming, but they can actually see your shadow aspects, and they can actually see what's negative. No, that's the wrong way of saying. But they can see that you're in a negative space when you are. And I think maybe I actually feel like the energy is challenging for you, and you don't appreciate it, I can tell you, because you've come out as a fire ant, which makes sense, you're Saggy, but it's almost like gathering into the wound. You feel wounded, and they're like, it's sort of like, I can only explain it as sort of like, whatever it is this person is doing, it feels like an attack on you, and it feels like it's aggressive, and it feels like almost like a picking, like they pick at you, or they get on your nerves a lot. And I don't think they mean to do that. I think they're like, look at you and go, hey, why have you been sad lately? It's starting to be a lot. Are you okay? And because you're finding it hard to express that, every time that they want to know what's going on with you, like this person may be like actually just quite inquisitive, or you may feel like they're being nosy. With the fire ant is giving off a lot of negative energy, like it's almost like a hissing, like you really don't want this dragon in your space, but this person is sort of like they are very aware of what's going on with you right now, and I feel like they're trying to help you, but their energy is challenging you, and it kind of puts you on the defense. And whatever it is, it feels like it's like they're always in your space, and you're like, back off. I need some breathing space here. I need space. You don't like being restricted. So when they, when it all comes to a head, it's almost like, like they're all going for your weak spot. You know what I mean? As well. But it is aggressive. The fire ants are aggressive. So. You know how I talked about some type of fragmentation, Sagittarius? I feel like there's something in you that's broken, and this person was not aware of it, but when they were, they see it very clear as day. But it could be vice versa if you feel like swapping the roles here. But the connection between you, the mutual connection, is the earthworm, which is a bit of a mess. Let's just put it like that. It's a bit of a mess. Knotted, tied, twist, turn, upside down, a lot of stomach issues. Like, it's a lot of solar plexus pain. So whatever it is, it kind of hits you right in the guts. You know, if I can be honest, it's sort of really stressed, and there's a lot of stress here in this connection, and a lot of it's coming from this fire and energy, because it feels like it's just too much going on. There's too much going on. It's all circular. So with this Dharma unfolding here was draw cool. I feel like you feel that what's happening is, you know, like really, really hard and really tough to process, and it's hard. It's like all the pieces of you are coming back together, but it's sort of like all fractured into different spaces. So it's hard for you to deal with anything right now. That's what I'm getting when it comes to love. You care about this person, but you're going through something right now, and this person's energy is challenging you, because it's almost like they see right through you. They see everything right to your core, and you're quite private about that, I can tell you, which is stressing out this connection, or maybe causing a disconnection. But I feel like there's still some type of energy tied to this person, so I feel like there's still a connection. But whatever it is not positive for you, Sagittarius, at this time. I feel like you think this person's watching you or spying on you in a way that disturbs you. So it's not even that they don't care about you. It's just, I feel like they may be watching you. So you might be feeling a bit crazy right now. Let's just be honest. You're feeling a little bit crazy, and this person is hyper aware that you're feeling a little bit crazy. So they're like trying to make you. It's almost like they're trying to make you be who you used to be, but that person, it doesn't exist anymore. You're going through a metaphysical change, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and they don't seem to understand that, because they feel like they're coming from a higher perspective, but what it's actually doing is making you feel like you're being trapped. And one thing a Sagittarius does not like is to feel trapped. So an interesting energy that's coming forward for you, Saggy, but I just feel like it's just a lot right now. That's all I'm hearing. It's just so much right now. It's just a little bit intense right now, and you need everybody to just back off and give you some space. Your person needs to back off and give you some space and not watch your every movement, because there's a lot going on for you mentally right now. Like, there's a lot on your mind. It's very overwhelming, and it may be causing a lot of, I feel like a lot of stomach issues or a lot of health issues within you because of the stress. Now, you have to reconnect with your heart space, Saggy. When you're getting energy like this, where you're kind of like, finding love irritating or finding love restricting, it's not good for your soul. And to come back to wholeness, you actually have to come back to your breath to connect to your heart. So when things get a little bit over the top, when things get a little bit stressful, when you become overwhelmed with the energies around you, or the people around you, or the person that you actually care about and love around you, take a moment to take a breath. So just breathe in with me. Breath is really important right now, because it'll slow everything down so that you can actually allow the chemical balance to reset itself. Okay? If someone resonates with that, please take that advice. Let it reset itself. When everything's rushing, nothing can settle. And it's Sagittarius has a lot of energy, but if it's too much, it can actually fracture you. Because it's like, I want to be in control all the time, but you have to just let it be and just remember who you are and go back to that place where you are happy. Okay? I'm just going to put that there. We're going to bring some guidance forward from the Fairy Oracle. Yeah, for those that resonate with that, it's time to go home. Let's see facility. Ooh, it's edgy. Okay. Here we have unity. Hopefully you can see this card. Sorry guys, the light's pretty. There's a rainstorm going on at this time. Unity. Fairy guide. The bright mother. And singers. The singer of intuition. Okay. So with the unity, this is the guidance. I'm just gonna bring it out how I intuitively am picking it up. It's time for you to bring it all back home. Bring it all back together. Bring it all back to one, Sagittarius. It's time to bring all those pieces of you back into your body, back into your mind, back into your heart, back into your soul. Because you're supposed to be together and whole and happy. You deserve to be happy, Saggy, and it's now time to allow yourself to be that person, to be happy. Now, I'm really reaching out to this person who's resonating with this message because Sagittarius, there's so much love there for you. There's so much happiness available to you, but you have to bring it home, and home is where your heart is. You have to really connect in there to find your truth, to find who you really are, because these fragmented images that you have of you, they're not good for you. They're not good, and they want you to wipe it clean. Clean slate here. Bring it back to wholeness. Take it to the light and clear it. So there's a lot of purging that has to happen. And like I said, when you're in a transitional space, when your mind's opening up, your third eye's opening up, there's this sort of, you have to go through all these wobbles. And Spirit is saying, bring it all back and clear it out, because they want you to remember who you are. They want you to start understanding and trusting and believing in the signs and synchronicities that are happening out in the universe for you directly. You may be turning a blind eye to it because what's going on, you're so focused on the pain and all the negativity that you're not actually focusing on what you need to heal. And you have to remember who you are. With the bright mother, she's sassy, she's fun, she's happy, she does what she needs to do. Remember who you are, Sagittarius, because it's important right now to trust and believe in the universe that they have your back and they will support you. But you really need to clean it up. You really need to clean it up. Bring it all back to wholeness. Bring it all back home and clear it. There's a lot of negative energy, but there's also a lot of positive energy that's available to you right now. Remember who you are. Remember what you used to like or what you used to do, and focus there. Really focus inwards, not outwards, and trust and believe that the universe has your back and that they send you that type of love anytime you need it. All you got to do is ask. Okay, so hopefully that resonates for you, Saggy. And here we go. We're going to bring forward some cards for Mother Isis. Just to wrap it all up, what message do you have for Sagittarius? Anything else? Anything else for Sagittarius? Thank you. Alright. You got this card. Magic and Ritual. In this card. Life Restored. Magic and ritual, the message is, effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, ability, and wisdom, applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. Literally what I said. Really focus in on your heart and remember who you are, because whoever you were, the bright mother there, she was fun, she was sassy. Remember who you are, because it's going to be important in the space that you are in right now. Okay, so really get into heart-centered ritual, meditate, whatever it is. Listen to music, primal scream out on a mountain, something that clears your energy, whatever it is. When I get stressed, Sagittarius, I howl at the moon, and I know, but it clears my solar plexus, and I feel good, and I just feel, I remember hiking up a mountain here in where I live here in New Zealand, and at some point my friend says, I feel like howling, because I was pulling up the tail end because I'm not the fittest, and I heard her say that, and I just started howling, and it echoed. It was amazing. But when I did that, I felt heaps better. and I was able to catch my breath and clear out all the energy that was storing up in my solar plexus. So it's a really good, whatever ritual it is that releases you, do it as long as it doesn't hurt you or anyone else, okay? And here we have life restored. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death to life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Love is always there for you, Saggy, when you need it. Love will come in and it will restore you. Spirit never leaves you alone in your darkest times. They are always with you. All you have to do is ask for help and work with them, because they want you to restore yourself back to wholeness, because you are a phoenix rising. You're going through a huge transformation, huge transition in your life, and you need support physically, emotionally and spiritually too. And I would let you know that Spirit is with you always and they never leave you. So if you needed to hear that, I'm glad that came forward for you. So thank you very much, Sagittarius. Hopefully this resonates with you. If it did, please like, share and subscribe. I appreciate that. And until next time, take care, Saggy. Take care. Bye.